Hey.
What is up, y'all? We be out here. We be on the mic. Mic's too hot. Mic's too hot. Ooh, it's so hot. My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw.
Eat much?
And you are
spit my
nerding
beer
out
out.
with Rickshaw. Nerding out with Rickshaw. Anyways, the guys, we're just over here chilling and hanging out. Adam's here. Anyways, introduce yourself, starting with you, Adam.
Hey, I'm Adam. And it's cool to be on Ricky's show. I know Ricky the most. Y'all are probably like, why the fuck you calling him Ricky? I know him as Ricky, so I'm just gonna keep calling him Ricky. I know FUZZ as well, very well. I've been on the show only. Wait, we did one where we were all together, right?
Yeah, we did one all together. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been on. This is my third time, kinda, because we did the solo one, and then the one before that, and then this. So yeah, this is my third time. Sick.
Hell
Cool.
yeah, we have a repeat, person on the show. I think that you win the award for the most times on the show.
Most guests.
And the best
Yeah,
guest
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
A repeat of
Yeah.
Sweetest dude. The sweetest dude.
Yeah, I almost said repeat offender.
What was that? What was that? I haven't been in this. What was that?
It was just a random ass tag
Yeah.
up there, but we got Brad. Yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
We're
dude.
getting
the
we're
respect
getting
for
fancy now.
Grand Theft
We're
Auto.
fancy now.
That's
Fancy now.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyways, you're
We
also
made like
nerding out with.
$25 on YouTube last year.
Anyways,
What's up, guys?
you're
I'm Fuzz.
What's up, nerds? It's Rabbit.
And I am the producer, Toby.
Yeah, and we have a lot to talk about today. I know that everybody wants to talk about. There's a couple of things that are on the docket that we're gonna talk about later. We're gonna get into some stuff with Adam, what he's up to, some stuff with Oceano that you might exclusively hear from his mouth on this show. So, we're not going to dig that deep, but, I'll get him to say some stuff about it. And also, we're going to talk about some Iwabo reunion rumors that are happening. If you don't know what that is, it's Iwrestledabearonce. I know that you guys have probably heard that. We got some people in the chat confirming they know, at least one person knows what Iwrestledabearonce is. So, but, yeah. We also got a lot of music news going on today. But what about, let's start with this. Since we have so much to talk about and we have so many beautiful faces on the show today, let's talk about the tour that got announced yesterday, the #1 tour on everyone's plate, the Poison the Well tour. That shit looked hype, right?
Who's on it?
Oh my god, it's such a
Last
stacked
time.
lineup.
Glassjaw, Poison the Well. You could have stopped there. I don't need anybody else.
I mean, Better Lovers also is a good bonus, for the modern era. You know what I'm saying? And then the other one, I haven't really heard
Teenage
of
Wrist.
that.
I haven't listened to them yet.
Oh, they're okay. They're
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
But yeah, that fucking tour is gonna be crazy. I'm going to that one, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me feel bad for flying all the way to LA to see him.
Different album though, right?
Yeah, different
I don't feel
album.
that at all.
Right. Different album.
Are they playing that album in full on this tour? I
Yeah.
did not read that far into it.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
any confirmation. Did you? You did see confirmation on it?
I mean, I assume like it was the type of thing where the last tour I went to was the You Come Before You tour, and they literally played. They did all the songs, but they didn't play them in order. They just kind of like played a couple off the album, and then threw an old song in. Played a couple more off the album, threw an old song in. Yeah. So
That's cool.
I mean, they ended up playing this album in its entirety, but they just split it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
So
Your
yeah.
dad did that with the Beauty and the Breakdown. Thought it was sick. Not just playing the whole album in full, kind of some other songs.
I know, but sometimes it's cool hearing the album just from the beginning to the very end. Like that's
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. But I don't know, like there's certain bands that just literally play the album front to back, and they're like, "Thanks, goodbye." And you know what I mean? You're like, what about that? What about the song you dropped like 2 weeks ago? That's dope. Or what about every other album that you've ever created? Play a couple of songs off those. At least give us a taste. You know what I'm saying? One thing that kind of pissed me off with Slipknot, with their new drummer. I mean, he's sick as fuck. But every song ended with just like ring outs. I was like, every song? Shit. Ended the way the album did. But, Adam, were you a fan of Poison the Well there, Adam?
Oh, Adam disappeared.
Yeah, my camera went out, but we'll get it fixed.
Okay.
But Poison the Well, yes, I like more so. Post you come before you. Skip versions and then everything after versions.
Tropic Rot.
Yep, favorite top
yeah.
one. I'm gonna fix my camera.
But
Versus is dope, too.
yeah, I mean, I like every Poison the Well.
Yeah, I don't think they really have a bad album.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. But yeah, who's going to that one? Leave it. Let's talk about that in the comments. There for Glassjaw? Or are you there for Poison the Well, son? That's a hard one.
That's
Me?
Yeah, that's tough.
Dude, I love Glass. I love Glassjaw so much. I wish the original lineup would do a Worship and Tribute tour.
Yeah, I mean they
It's gonna
did
be
do that,
sick
but
with
it's just like two of them, right? Two of the guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
It's not. Yeah, it's the guitar player and the singer, Daryl. Other than that, the rest of them have all kind of.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've never seen Glassjaw live, so I am excited about that.
I've never seen Glassjaw either, and I haven't seen Better Lovers yet. So I could have seen them last night, but you know,
What the hell?
well, I'm poor, and I get to see them with Poison the Well now, so that's even cooler.
That is cooler.
I mean, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a dope show. That's like already the highlight of next year. There's a few other tours that got announced that are pretty dope, like Spirit Box, Loathe, Dying Wish, Cell.
I didn't know Low was
Gel.
on that. That's
Yeah,
Or
that's
Gel.
that's a very stacked show too. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Gel is so good. Because of this tour, I told Michael when we were hanging out a couple of weeks back. I said, for you, I'm gonna try to listen to Loathe again. I'm gonna try to get into Loathe. And he was just like, dude, how can you not be into him? I was like, I don't know. I just don't care for him. They're amazing. But for you, I'm gonna try it. So I've been trying to listen to Loathe, dude. I really have. Without turning it off, without getting mad, without being like, oh my God, it sucks. I've been trying really hard, man.
That's a good friend. That's a good friend.
I just feel
Why
like
does it make you mad?
It doesn't make me mad. I've tried so many times to get into him. It's just not
I feel
my
like
cup
your
of tea.
your thought process though, like whenever somebody is mentioning listen to this band or that band, and you're like the bank teller that gets like the thing, the little tube comes up. It's like vroom, when you're like, oh yeah, I should listen to this band. What the fuck ever, and you rip it up. never gonna listen to that shit. Someone send me another suggestion. Somebody. Vroom. I'm not fucking listening to that shit either, dude.
Whenever Loath's second album came out, Rabbit was really into it. He was like, dude, you need to check it out. And
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, it's sick.
yeah, so I did, and was just like, all right, it's cool, but like it's not for me. Sorry, I'm chunking. I have no idea why.
No, but that album, like, okay, so listen, that album, every band dude across the world was talking about how sick that album was. Then it took like another couple of years for like the public to get into it. And then now here we are rolling into 2025 and they're still touring off that album. Yeah.
how long?
2020 is when that album
Really?
came out.
They
Yeah.
haven't put out one since then.
No, and they're even bigger.
They put
They're
out
like
an instrumental album, but it was just
it was like very
it
soundtrack.
sounded
No
like a movie
singles,
soundtrack
nothing?
No.
score, yeah.
There was one single, but it wasn't. I don't think it was anywhere close to received like that 2020 album.
The advantage is they're not from the U.S.
Oh yeah,
So like they could drop at any point and just keep us starved.
yeah,
They've only been over here only a handful of times total.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like when I saw them play at this place called like the Far Out Lounge, which is a pretty small venue, like maybe 300-400 people tops could fit in this little outside area, and they went from that to this tour. You know what I mean? Like so, and they didn't have any merch or anything. They were like, it was sold out of all fucking merch. You know what I mean? So it was just like no merch, playing it in this backyard venue, and like now they're playing like arena tours with Spirit Box. So the growth has become very real for them. But a band's band for sure. Every band homie was like, what about that Loathe album, dude? And then I'd always say, Loads? Loads?
Loads in your ear.
Fuzz, you look handsome today, dude. What?
Thanks, man.
No problem, dude. There was a couple other tours that were announced too,
Yeah.
but still pretty dope. But there's like them.
Cold Chamber.
Cold Chamber and Fear Factory,
Twisted,
dude.
baby. Is that Twisted on there too?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
not.
yeah.
I like their tea. They make a good tea.
That's fucking
Oh, yeah.
dude.
That took a second to sink
Yeah.
in, Rabbit.
Get 'em!
What kind of twisted
him,
tea do you have on tap?
And then they had the Make Them Suffer and like Moths
Yeah.
to Flames.
Yeah, that I just want to see Make Them Suffer pretty bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see them
And
live.
Sleeping with Sirens and who was the other band? I don't know.
oh,
There-
Pierce the Veil.
Pierce the
the
Veil.
Veil.
Yeah, there was a
Right.
bunch of tours that just dropped. It was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whew.
So
I
what?
could hear Toby's chub through the group chat. It was insane.
2010 called. They want their tour back.
No shit. Dude. 2025 is going to be like the biggest like weird flashback year because we've already got the Horse the Band stuff. We've got Chiodos and Amur and
that.
Hawthorne Heights. There's a couple of other shows that like I can't remember. There's too many. There's so many tours already scheduled. It's
Already,
awesome.
dude. That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot to announce for top of the year for as far as for saturation concerns for tours. Like, I'd be really fucking sweating it if I was announcing a tour around the same time as all these. I'd be like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's coming out with heaters. It's still gonna be tough to pick.
Yeah, dude.
The Chiodos and Muir tour is
I like that.
tight.
That one's
That's a
so
sick
That-
cool.
That's
Dude,
one of
That shit's
Horse
wild.
the Band and Chiodos. Those are the two
Oh,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
definitely going to.
Oh yeah, Horse the Band. I forgot about that too. Damn. Somebody was telling me the other day, if Iwabo gets back together, maybe it should be a Horse the Band and Iwabo tour.
Yeah.
Dude.
That'd be
Very
cool.
sick.
I was just talking about that tour that I got banned from the door in Fort Worth because of that
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
But why?
Hiding?
Fighting.
Oh, I think you said hiding. Huh?
Hiding.
No. I didn't even get like Mike hit me up. He's like, "Yo, you coming to Fort Worth to hang out?" Yeah, dude, I'll come hang out. And I was dancing for Horse the Band, and got thrown out for punching the head security guard square in the fucking face.
Oh, like on accident?
No. He grabbed
Well,
me.
it was like a
he-
reaction.
He grabbed me in a headlock.
Yeah.
So
you
my
didn't do it
initial
then.
reaction, yeah. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna get out of that headlock, and I'm gonna break your fucking jaw.
You
That's how
uppercut
that's
him?
gonna
Yeah,
work. And yeah, they were like, "Don't ever fucking come back." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I didn't.
I think you gave him the
You're like,
uppercut, and you were like,
No,
You're
no
ga-
uppercut. Oh,
the name of the venue's the door. That's supposed to be welcoming. And you're telling me not to come back?
You're straight out.
Doors closed, bud.
The one-way entry for you. Out.
Uh,
But yeah, yeah. Speaking of, I had a segue, but anyways, we're gonna talk about Knocked Loose playing on Jimmy Kimmel. That's like the one thing that I really wanted. That it's one of those subjects that pisses me off so bad. I know it pisses off
Why?
Rabbit too. Rabbit's been really pissed off about it. Okay, Knocked Loose played.
Not that they played on Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
Not that.
No,
That
not
doesn't
that.
piss
Not
me
that.
off.
But here's the deal. Knocked Loose played with Poppy on Jimmy Kimmel, and the normal viewers that are just like Miles and Pals and shit that you sit around and watch Jimmy Kimmel apparently didn't like it because there were several complaints that about the show, and people were demanding an apology for a heavy band being on. And
"Look, so
yeah,
Shut
let's
up.
read some of these.
what's with all the screaming and spewing gibberish in the name of music? There's absolutely nothing appealing about this genre of music. Also, the crowd responding to this crazy woke musical genre all need to visit streams."
Wow, dude.
what is woke have?
They don't even know what they're saying. Like, how can you determine it's woke or not?
There's
You
a
can't hear what
girl
they're saying.
playing with them.
Oh, that's why? 'Cause
yeah,
it's a girl.
Yeah, Poppy
Oh,
played with them. That's where I see
she's
the
got
woke.
rights if she plays with them. that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
She's allowed to vote. He doesn't like his women voting. That's
Why
what
is
it is.
this woman up there with all these men doing the men's job?
This one's good. You know, I was trying to enjoy the program. I was sitting on the couch with my son, who is an adolescent, waiting to see the musical guest because we like the nice music on the show usually books. By the third or fourth junt from the guitars, my son was in tears. He doesn't like scary things, and quite frankly, I think the Kimmel Show and its staff should make a formal apology. Yikes.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say how I really feel about that. I'm not gonna
I think-
say anything mean.
Yeah.
All right,
But
go
Adam,
ahead.
you were saying, you had a point earlier. You were saying that these are the types of things that shows will do.
Yeah, and I think some I maybe I'm wrong. Is there a way to look this up? Isn't Kimmel or certain shows, aren't they known for kind of doing some kind of like not typical stuff at the end of the year?
They've had Slipknot before.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a
from
history
first to
of
last
that.
was on there. From first to last,
Blood
played
Brothers.
on Kimmel.
Blood Brothers.
Blood
Blood Brothers played on Kimmel.
Oh no,
yeah.
Slipknot was on
Conan.
Conan. Yeah.
Was that near the end of the year though?
I have no.
I don't know if that was a
idea,
rumor I
honestly.
heard. Some like they'll just do some
They'll do
different things.
troll
near the end of-
posting. and
Not
stuff.
troll. I just mean like the acts they'll
Oh,
get.
the acts.
They might
Okay,
try
yeah,
a
yeah.
few different things at the end of the year, compared to like the beginning of the year.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if they like start the year off with freaking Knocked Loose, like,
Yeah. yeah.
hey guys, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
great year of Kimmel. All right, here we go.
Yeah. They're
The
like,
thing that the thing that makes me so mad is just the way people react to this type of music. It's not appealing at all. It's like it is appealing. There's thousands and thousands of people that listen to this type of music, and this type of music has been around for decades now, but people still act like it's just like unappealing. Why would anybody want to listen to this? And then it gets a little bit of mainstream
yeah.
exposure, and people freak the fuck out. Like, just
Yeah.
you don't like the music, that's fine. I don't like stupid mumble rap, but that's all over every late night television show and Saturday Night Live. I have to listen to that shit, but
That's
I
when
don't say SNL deserves. I
Yeah.
deserve an apology from SNL for listening to
Get 'em,
Travis
Rabbit.
Scott or some bullshit
Yeah.
that I don't want to listen to.
Get him.
Hit 'em, Rabbit.
Sorry,
Well, it's like,
that's my rant.
listen, the devil is in the TV already. You know what I mean? Like, for everybody that's just like, this music, oh my God, you're exposing it to my kids. Your kids got the internet, dog. They're looking
Yeah,
at
they have
way
it on their
crazier
fucking-
shit. That
iPad.
yeah.
TikTok's got some
Yeah.
wild stuff on there. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, if they get on X, the kids are exposed to all kinds of death scenes and nudity and stuff like that. So I mean,
Well, and the biggest thing, they could just turn off the TV. Like, what?
yeah.
Let's play some Uno.
Yeah.
We're turning off the TV.
Put on
tonight.
some Bob Dylan or
Yeah.
something. I know you got it
Yeah.
on vinyl.
I mean, to be fair, if we
Turn it
played some
off.
Uno, I've gotten in a lot of fights over
Yeah,
the
do
game of
something
Uno.
else
I
with
don't know
your
if that's a good idea.
Turn up the Knock Loose, play the Uno, fight your family, and then solve it that way.
Now we're fucking
Who
talking.
gets dominion over the remote?
Now we're talking.
And nobody's forcing you to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like it, turn it off. Change the channel.
Yeah, dude. It's just, and the thing is, like, I'm kind of generalizing, but everyone who plays metal usually is into almost every genre because they could hear the music. They're like, I play guitar. That's a guitar. There's a guitar in every kind of music. And so, like, anytime you like someone who's like playing a lot of music, writing a lot of songs, even if it's metal, bring up some pop songs and they'll be like, yeah, I gave it a shot. Or sometimes they're like, fuck yeah, I love Miley Cyrus, whatever. Like, but whenever, and no one's ever gonna, and that's a metal musician, hardly complains about this genre, that genre being blasted in their face because we have to put up with it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, we go to a department store to pick up socks and we're like, I just heard 25 songs I despise. Am I going to complain about it? No. Well, it just depends on who's standing next to me, probably. But I'm not going to like write a formal complaint about it to the company. Like, dear JCPenney, I'm tired of you blasting Bieber at me. I hate it. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I'm not gonna tweet about it. Not gonna demand an apology for it.
Yeah.
Still
In the-
just-
Get
in the
over it.
end-
Move on with your life.
Yeah.
In the end, that's the best reaction that Knock Loose as a band could have for that situation because it, as you were pointing at me about, that's the best thing that could happen to any band is that perpetuation of more of us talking about it.
Yeah.
Talking about it was an event that is rare and rarely ever happens for heavy music. So the fact of like you have us kind of connected to it, rejoicing it, being stoked about it, and then you have this other side over here that is not into it, being like not stoked on it. Now we clash. Now we're talking in the comments. Now so for Knock Loose, this is the best thing that happened. Like, they became a bigger band surely because of people getting pissed that they heard their band, because now that band they're aware of them. You know, they exist in those people's universe now. So now they are infinitely bigger from just letting people hear them that would definitely hate their music.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it's nice to for the negative press to affect a band in the metal genre. And them getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, like when a bad rapper is bad, they play his video a million times on YouTube, and he talked about he gets famous. This is happening to Knock Loose, one of the biggest bands in the scene now. I think it's great that it's actually happening. I think it's awesome.
They actually did put out a statement too afterwards.
Yeah, Brian, I think, put it out on his personal Instagram or something, and like it was a very like sweet, you know, like thank you for everyone that does support Knocked Loose and everything. The best quote from that was he as they were walking down the hallway with the security guards. I guess I can't remember if it was Brian that leaned over to someone or someone leaned over to Brian and said, you know, this started in a garage, and like they had a really sweet statement about stuff. But did they have a statement about everyone being haters?
I mean, it was a pretty positive, you know, message, just, you know, for a metal band to like get to that point and take that step and be on network television. But like at the very end, he was like, oh, and if you were scared, good.
Yeah,
that was like how he closed out the the statement though. So it was pretty good.
How many kids are going to their parents with that Knock Loose album and says, look, they're Christian, they have a cross on it, I can listen to it. Like, how many of them are doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can probably get away with this.
But yeah, that and somebody else was saying, like, you know, for every person that was younger that, you know, is remotely interested in heavy music now, they've seen a guy and a girl both up on stage screaming and, you know, like doing it on network television. So it's like, you know, maybe that started a wave with younger kids to be like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, but haters gonna hate. Hater tots. You gotta just go dip them in some ranch or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
All right, let's talk about something else. What else do we have on the docket right now? When do you think we should get to some Adam talk? Should we just jump into that right now?
Let's just fucking dive into Adam talk. It's a new segment.
The new segment.
Let's dive into Adam.
We're diving into Adam.
Panda watch.
So Adam, I know that recently there has recently there's
Fuck you.
Oh shit.
First off, we haven't even acknowledged acknowledged the Team Rocket stuff.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
So
listen, I'm done with the band now. I can be my truest, weirdest fucking. I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. So, and I want to punch one of my good friends, Ricky. I'm just gonna kill. I'm sorry.
All right, so you're wearing the cosplay because what's going on soon?
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and summarize this. He doesn't know I'm doing it, so I don't want to talk about it this much. So there's this Oceano fan that started talking to me on X because the band's gonna be done next year, but that's not the point of this right now. This part, but so he was talking to me. You know, we were just exchanging shit, and it turns out he's a dad, and he's struggling right now because he's in a car with his son. He's in and out of an apartment versus a car with his son. Just today, he hit me up, not about this. He was just saying thanks for talking to me, but he was like, he's fucked with his job because something with his car fucked up, so he can't get to the job. So that really locked it in for me. So next weekend, I asked him, his son likes Pokemon, so I'm gonna do a Pokemon marathon stream, and some of the proceeds for the marathon, so through subs and shit, I'm gonna send him some money to help him out for the Christmas season with his son. And hopefully him and his son can watch the stream. So it's going to be a Pokemon themed stream for him and his son to watch, and anyone that likes Pokemon. And I like Pokemon. I grew up on Pokemon. So I'm getting in character now. There's like a comic thing tomorrow with a costume contest. So I'm getting in character. I'm Team Rocket boss now.
Nice.
So awesome.
Hell yeah. And I was on Adam's show last night.
Yeah. I'll say.
And you said you made the stream from last night watchable, right? On
Yeah,
YouTube?
yeah. It's on Twitch at Twitch, or it's twitch.tv/AdamOnEarth
Yes.
_
I got it. I got a graphic for you right here.
Throw
pulled
it up
Yeah,
there.
Right here.
There it is.
Throw it
guys.
Throw it up there. There it is.
Boom. Oh yeah, but now that we were
Yo, I like these.
So-
I like not having to do the graphics myself. So you got it going. This is sick.
Dude, Toby's the
So-
man.
He's sick.
Hire him.
Oh yeah.
We don't pay
So,
him. We'll probably do it for you too.
Oh,
I'm a cheap fuck. I'm a cheap fuck.
we will talk. Actually, yes.
All right, so I know Adam, there was a tour that got announced with your band Oceano with some other bands, and then a lot of controversy started happening because some of the bands, not your band, some of the other bands that you took a tour with had some allegations, and it eventually just ended in you saying, yeah, of course, I'm dropping off this tour now that I know more information about it. But Oceano is breaking up, right? So, what do you have to say from your perspective? Kind of give us a playthrough of how that was happening and what you were thinking as it was going on.
I was already gonna be done, so there's
Yeah.
It was just a matter of when. There was never a, and it's interesting because at that point I was talking to a friend about, you just got to figure your shit out, and you need to figure out where you want to be, and lots of things will start to line up, or what you want to do. You get in these points in your life where it's like, I don't know what I want to do. It was like, sit your ass down and just fucking figure it out. And so at this point, I'm just kind of in the state of like, I'll just be fucking real with you, like at this point, I'm fucking having a lot of fun. I'll just say that. And it involved my body. So at this point, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm just kind of enjoying myself, right? And so then my homie, Big Rob, love him to death. You've probably heard me talk about him a bit, but I go way back with him. And so he just texted me and he's just like, hey man, I'm sorry about all the stuff going on. I'm literally just like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, on Lamb Goat, because we used to go on Lamb Goat a lot as kids, being in the music scene and shit. So I just go on Lamb Goat, all right, let's see what this is about. And there it is. And I'm just like, okay, okay. I'm just like, what? And so I'm processing all this shit and figuring out like, what's the deal? So like really, that's the thing is, it's really just that. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is, however I reacted is for me to react, and I'm gonna like stand up for myself no matter what. I don't care how people are gonna take it, but like I'm not a fucking punk. I might be nice, but I'm not a fucking punk. And so I'm not gonna let people talk to me certain ways, whether it's on the internet or in person. And if you don't like it, I really don't fucking care, because step up. Fight me then. I don't know. Like, fight me. Fight me fair then. If you don't like it, but I'm not going to let people talk to me a certain way, especially when I didn't do a fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that about it. I think a lot of people just on the internet aren't used to people standing up for themselves. So there's that. Up on top of that, just a matter of like, the reason that, I left so abruptly and I used that opportunity to also exit and just kind of call it is because like people don't understand, like if you're going to jump on somebody for them not using their platform or not being aware that they probably should shift gear, maybe be aware to maybe want to use their platform to maybe expose what's going on here in the situation, like I agree with that. But when the motherfucker says, yo, let's ride then niggas, then let's ride, and everyone pulled the fuck back when I'm like, yo, that's what I'm doing. I'm out of the industry because it's fucked. And I've been conflicted with this for the last couple of years already. And this is the nail in the coffin where it's like, yeah, I'm just going back to literally hanging with my friends and doing what I used to do before I was in this band, because that was with the point when shit got weird, was when the band signed to a label and it set us on a course to a point where we never would know who's weird, who's creepy, who's safe, and who's not. There's plenty of tours that I've been on that I'm sure there were convicts, murderers, whether they worked for the venue, whether they worked for a band, you know what I mean? So you could never, ever know who you're around in this industry and what their morals are and their standards are. And they could be lying to you straight to your face. I've literally had people report back to me about people that were literally amazing, sucking my cock in person barely. They would have pulled down my pants and literally sucked my dick. That's how great they were treating me, right? And then I hear they're dropping N-bombs, you know, and making jokes about, you know, black people and shit. So it's not like that. You're more naive to think that the people you meet are actually the way they are, especially when they have something to get out of you. And so that is why I left the band and industry, because what Oceano represents is an industry band. And I can't say that I'm against the industry and what it represents when we talk about these type of things that these type of bands are accused for. If I stay a part of the industry, you must remove yourself from environments that are not healthy for you. And I think that's the difference. Is a lot of fans are blown at the fact that a guy would be willing to just throw it all away for his moral standards, and I did. But it was also time to just fucking give it up. I'm fucking 38. I've been doing a band for 15 years. I want to just hang out with my friends too, you know. So there's that. But it's a multi-layered thing, and I think as an adult, you know, like you have to be able to view things on a multi-layered type of perspective, and that's how it was for me. It's not just because of this or that. It's because I could sit on here and explain every single reason I thought about within a 10-minute span, but I wouldn't have the time. You know, like 10 minutes for me. I can fucking think about a lot in 10 minutes, and that's all it took me to at that moment to be like, yeah, when my face is connected to something that doesn't have to do with me and it's connected to like rape and weirdo shit, I'm out. I'm not part of that, you know. I don't want my name attached to that. So the best thing I can do is just stop now, you know, before it turns into, oh, Oceano like put their feet in the ground and they said they don't care what people think, but they're not, you know, weirdos, but they're still going to do the tour. What would that do for me? Yeah, worse. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're fucked at that point either way when you just found yourself in something that you didn't realize. So like, what do you do? And for me, it's like, I still got the voice of gold. So what the fuck am I worried about? You know? So there. That's what I was going.
That away from you, yeah.
Yeah. Should we clap now?
No clap.
Clap, dude.
Everyone smoke a joint. How about that instead of clapping?
Smoke them if you can.
Here you go.
But yeah, that was the general mindset. You know, it's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Everyone's got a fucking opinion. You just got to do your thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I got you, man.
I brought this up when we talked about it, I think a week or two ago when all this first started. Like, Spirit Box got the opposite. Like, they dropped off a tour with Falling in Reverse, and everyone started like doing the opposite. Like, oh, why are you dropping off? So you're right. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. It doesn't matter what choice you would have made. Someone's going to be unhappy one way or another.
Yeah.
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 Especially whenever like
said about just completely removing yourself from the
and it's just weird to me they were going after you and Oceano, but then like the people that were like that have the allegations are probably just sitting back like no one's talking to them right now.
Oh, that's the best. That's the
Yeah.
best thing. That's the best thing that you could ever have if you're someone that has done fucky shit. Is the attention's not on you.
Yeah. Another thing that I thought was funny too is like somebody was talking to me about it, and then they were like, "Well, what do you think if you were in, you know, Adam's shoes? Like, how would you feel?" And I was like, "Well, when you have a band like Attila, who their whole persona, their whole image, and all their song content is about how we do fucked up shit and we fucking love it, and like let's talk about how we're dirt bags and like, you know what I mean, like this like adolescent fuck you kind of vibe, and like after someone's like, well, do you believe some of those allegations? And I'm like, I don't know what's real. They've been talking about how they're shitbags for years now, like, and it's in their songs and it's in their, you know, their like album cover, and then they, you know, even like their response to you dropping off the tour is like Franz being like, here's what I have to say, I don't give a fuck. And it's like,
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Okay, we accept that one. All right. Let me that lines up. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't have to text him anymore about anything. He doesn't give a fuck. So let's go right back to attacking Oceano then.
It's like a Taco Bell order. Like, hey, what do you want? I don't give a fuck. Okay, get him at Chuplupa.
But yeah.
No, I thought Franz's reaction was that's a Franz.
Yeah.
That's Franz the character reaction.
Right. For sure.
And I would just say, no disrespect to Franz, but I don't play a character. So that's why my response was such. It was real. It was emotional, yes. But I meant every fucking word I said.
No, I feel you, man.
I think in your statement, you said something about like you stay off the internet. You don't know what's going on. Like you don't pay attention to those kinds of things. And the fact that people were like questioning that irritated me because I know you pretty well. Like you're one of the sweetest dudes in the world. Like you're not going to lie about something like that. You know what I mean? Like you just have other things going on in your life that you pay attention to. I think it's fucking stupid people to come after you for shit that you saying this. You're like, hey, yo, this is the way it is. And they're like, oh, you're full of shit. No, you knew. You had to know. Like,
yeah, I think what people
has other things going on.
People, one of the biggest things is that nobody knows me because I don't fucking hang out. This is the first time I've hung out with friends in like this, like out of my place in like 2-3 years. You know, like so like a lot of people don't know anything about me actually. And that's the best thing I think you can have going for you when you are in the internet, especially when people start running their fucking mouth. They don't know shit about you. So they're literally talking out of their ass.
Yeah.
They have no information on you whatsoever. Barely few people have any background type of knowledge of where I come from, what's my history, you know, how did I get into music, none of it. They don't know shit about me at all. So one of the things I think people don't really like get about me is like I was very blessed to live a really cool life where my mom was a fucking badass mom that basically raised me by herself. You know, dad was around, but one of the coolest things that I got to exist in was pretty much all of my childhood until I just wanted to do other shit. Like I just fucking played with action figures, read comic books, played video games, and just was a kid. I didn't have any trauma growing up. I didn't have nothing, dude. Like my mom did a fucking amazing job now that I realize it now. So like still to this day, where I exist is not where most people exist. And so at the time I was 19 years old, I was already in a touring band. And I've been in that band or doing music as my primary objective to make ends meet is to create. My job is to create. My job is not to look at the internet and watch what Franzilla's doing, or what the fuck, who he slept with on a Tuesday. Don't fucking care. My job is to enjoy life and create. So what I spend my time doing is Ricky saw my place. I got all the fucking blinds closed. I fucking barely listen to music and I create. That is what I was put here to do, is to fucking create with my gift. My gift is not to pay attention to what musicians are doing because they're not celebrities to me. I'm not impressed. I can do the same thing they do. So it's a different perspective, I think, when you look at our experience, and like our perspective, how we live life. So that's kind of the difference with me, is just like, I don't care about that. Like what is that? I got shit to do. I'm a dad as well. Like I'm trying to help other people, like achieve their goals. There's just, my purpose is not to be on the internet and know what these guys are doing, so that's what I do.
Hell yeah. Well, guys,
you're a sweetheart. You're a fucking sweetheart, man.
He's a sweet man. What a sweet man. These fucking, let's make a song though about how shitty we are.
Yeah. I meant to, Ricky's got to come over and definitely do a track with me. I got plenty of backlog music, so let's do that.
I'm
as
down,
well.
Dude. I got,
FUZZ, you want on it too? Come on, let's get everyone involved.
Let's do it. I'm in. Come on, let's do it.
Podcast song. You said you were you're getting a new laptop to write music.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, everybody's invited.
I'm in.
Come on.
Yes.
Bring your hat.
Talk to Shock and the Heavy Flow coming in hot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm totally down. we're trading songs. You're gonna be on one of my songs. I'm gonna be on one of your songs. Whatever. You know what I'm
Rappers
saying?
do it all the time.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do a Linkin Park cover, dude.
I would love to. Only old stuff, though. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Only old stuff.
There's only
Hey.
2 records, Adam. There's only 2 records.
We were supposed to be ranking those albums this week. We're gonna have to push that
That's
just
true.
because
We're gonna have
there
to
was
push
so much
that back.
news.
We're ranking 2 albums, Meteora and Hybrid Theory. And it's
From-
1A and 1B.
I'm kind of with you. From zero, zero's not a number.
Dude, maybe you know what we should do? We should
There's
start.
some sleepers. I'll say this: there are some sleepers in there. I listened to the whole catalog.
I liked it. Hey, we should start the Poontang clan.
Huh?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh
All right,
my
now
God.
I'm out.
Let's
What
do
is
it.
Okay,
We all have cocks in this room. That's
Because
for
listen, we're gonna start an online persona for a rap group, and we're gonna make the actual parody music for it, right? But we have the names. It's the Poontang Clan is the group, but everyone has a vagina name. Okay, so there's Toxic Shock. That's Fuzz. I'm Heavy Flow, and then all the other names have been made, but we don't know who they belong to yet, right? So there's T-Pon, there's Cervix a lot, and then there's Buster Himes,
Oh my god.
and there's Notorious VAG. So those are all the vagina names. So are you down? Are you down?
The look on his
Stevie.
face says it all. The look on his face says it all.
I think you need that's an outsourced idea. You guys, that's your idea. You're gonna get like 30% on it, but outsource that to like some chicks to do it.
So the
point.
chicks have to have the vagina names.
I think it'd be a little better move. I think at least.
Okay, well,
Or go to like what is that, like Singapore, where they appreciate the lady boys, and then do that act there.
You know what? You're right. And
Idea
Asian
factory,
You
this
don't
guy.
want to be a part of it.
and
but-
Asian groups have been blowing up.
You know, we're just brainstorming.
yeah, like what is that? What would that be? What is that? What are those bands called?
K-pop.
Yeah, like a lady boy K-pop band would blow up. No shade, I think it would. It probably exists.
It probably already exists.
Everyone needs, their what is that, like representation. So I think it probably would be cool.
That's true, dude.
It's more about the music, but you know how fucking much everyone cares about identity and how we look on stage and shit. So like, put that out there, see how it does.
You heard it here, folks. A lady boy band. We're gonna manage them.
Fat on stage.
No.
do
You're gonna.
I'm gonna manage them. That's it.
No, not me. You.
See, you guys thought he knew
He's just
about
an
this
advisor.
particular shit.
He's just an advisor.
you
Oh,
guys are
One
claiming
controversy
he.
to another.
Yeah.
I've got ideas. That's it. I didn't say all of them are good ones.
Everyone's like, he knew about the Attila shit. He won't even manage a ladyboy band with me without knowing shit's about to go down.
It's a good idea for somebody, but not for me.
Well, I'm keeping Heavy Flow as my rap name, so
I think that's good, but still,
That's
that
shock and heavy flow, bro. Come on. That's
the Heavy Flow would be a really cool woman rapper name, though, for sure.
Queen Latifah, like esque, right?
I don't know the style. I mean, I'm just thinking the name.
All right, let's move on to another subject. What do we do? We want to get out some.
address some
You know what?
rumors. You want to address?
I've
some
decided.
rumors?
Yeah, well, we will address some rumors. I've decided we're just not going to talk about Ronnie Radke's drama because
Please.
it's gonna.
Please, I don't want to.
Yeah, it's too much
every
to
week.
talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't we decide a long time ago not to talk about him anymore?
Oh, he decided. Remember, he's like, I'm out of the scene.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
can't talk about me
But
anymore.
I thought we actually decided to not talk
We
about
did
him.
talk about him, and we also came to the conclusion he's got birds, man, and that's just weird, you know.
But they're
Like,
cool ass
Birds?
birds.
Yeah,
He's like
Birds
a,
are cool.
yeah.
dude, he's like a
Man,
villain.
birds freak me out, dog, because I don't think
He's
birds
like
are real.
he's like
Oh,
Whiplash
that freaked
from
me out.
Iron Man 2.
They,
Or Mike Tyson.
what type of birds are there?
Parrots and shit.
Like
Yeah,
parakeets.
Okay.
Parakeets. I don't know birds.
But he's always wearing a big
Yeah.
brimmed hat while he's like talking. He's got him on his shoulder and he
Yeah.
looks like an evil villain. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I
and then
do
he'll be
wish I
like,
could pull off those kind of hats. I will say that right now. Wish I could.
I'll give him this. It's funny whenever he's like, even my bird doesn't like that. You hear it? You heard my bird?
I think that Ronnie is a really smart guy, and he knows that if he gets people riled up about his band, that's going to catapult him further, especially on certain platforms like X that are very, very, very much set up to
Like
do
an echo
exactly that.
chamber.
Yeah, well, like the more that people get pissed off at him, the more other people hear. It's the same kind of thing with the other shit we're talking about. Like I think he's a really fucking smart guy, but there's few people that want to go that route. Like
Right.
I don't want to go. I don't want any drama. I don't want people to know barely that exists. He can handle that, and I think if that's his route to get to do what he needs to do for his persona, then so be it. But it's pretty obvious that's the game he's playing, and
He's a heel. He's playing.
Yeah. He's choosing the heel route. Yeah, he's choosing the heel route. That's a great way to put it.
Cool that he took
Hell
Tech
yeah.
9 on tour. He took Tech 9 on tour.
He did take 9 on tour.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
But okay, so check it out. We're gonna let's pull up that graphic. Toby, did you put that graphic on?
Oh,
there?
is it time for the graphic? Here we go.
Yeah, we might as well talk about it right now. Wow. All right, so
Oh, that's
If-
good, man.
if y'all are here in the chat and you are waiting for me to talk about this Iwrestledabearonce reunion, we are talking, and people are like straight up hitting up the comments and being like, they're gonna announce a tour. They're gonna announce shows on Rickshaw's show and stuff like that. And I saw someone that was just like, they're on Warped Tour, obviously. They're on Warped Tour. Yeah.
But that makes
And it's just
sense.
like,
That'd be sick.
I mean, that would be sick. But so what has initially happened right now is, I've always thought right now with the lineup, the old school lineup with Krista, I always thought that like Krista and Steven are really the ones that needed to like hammer it out if it was ever going to happen. But the other day, I'm not going to be 100% and give you all of the stuff right now, but I will definitely tell you some of the details right now. Right now, I was talking to Krista on the phone, and she's just like, we're catching up about this, we're catching up about that. And then she's just like, a lot of people always hit me up in my DMs, and they're talking about when's an Iwabo reunion? When's Iwrestledabearonce coming back? And I'm like, yeah, obviously, Krista. Like, I do a show where we talk about music a lot, and there's people in there all the time. When's Iwabo coming back? There's comments. There's everybody hits me up. I'm like, hey, check out my new band. And people are like, okay, when's Iwabo coming back? You know what I mean? Like, so, that's what I have to deal with. I'm telling this to Krista, and she's like, well, Rickshaw, would you do it? Would you ever do it if we were asked to do a reunion? And I was like, Krista, I'm the only one playing shows for 40 people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here doing, vocals in a new heavy band. And it's like, there was 42 people paid the other day. And the promoter was like, damn, that was sick. This was a good show. And I'm like, times have changed. But, and so I was like, obviously.
This economy, that's a great number.
But it's funny, we played a show in Beaumont, Texas, and that's where my guitarist is from. And there was 2 local bands from Southeast Texas that played, and they were reunion shows. Apparently one of the bands hadn't played in 10 years or whatever. But it's at a X strip club. It's probably like 1,000 cap, or it's probably like 800 cap room, honestly, if you packed it out as much as you could. There was 500 plus people that paid to go to that show. And I was like, and we were just like, we were 3 of 5 bands. So we were just like playing in front of 500 people, apparently, at this Beaumont, Texas local show. Sick. So it's just one of those things where, like, it's crazy to think that in these big cities we have such an oversaturation that people are like, I choose 0 shows. I choose to never go to shows now, you know?
Yep.
And then at these small places that used to be strip clubs, people are like, 500 people? Hell yeah, I'll show up and drink the cheapest beer I can. So
Yeah, dude.
it was pretty dope. But yeah.
No.
But anyways, yes. I said, yes, Krista. Obviously, I would play with Iwabo again. I would, you know, like, let's do it. I was like, what about you, Krista? What do you think about this? She said, I would fucking love to do an Iwabo reunion. So that's where we're at. There's more information, but we're like at this point in time, you know, we're just slowly getting the band back together, seeing what's going on, being friends again. And then in the future, we are going to start talking about what it would be worth to do it. Right. So I'm going to need all the people that loved I Wrestled Bear Once to start rallying behind that too. You need to be talking about it. We need to be posting about it. And so the more buzz we get going, the easier it'll be for us to decide to leave the children at home for a month or whatever. Like I know that Krista has kids, Steven has kids, John and Mikey, John, if you're in here, I'm pretty sure I heard he's engaged now. So that's super dope. Congratulations, John, if you're still in here. But yeah, like Mikey, he eloped, whatever. He got a family. But yeah, like, it'll be easier if the buzz is happening and we don't have to go out there and make it hard on ourselves to get something going. You know what I'm saying? We want to lube it up.
Ooh.
But yeah, what do you guys think about that?
Love it.
Yeah, put it in the chat, guys, if you are into that. Krista was the main one. But yeah, Krista was the one that I thought would never say yes to that. And so, there is, like I said, there is more information on all that, but I'm keeping it on the DL. We're gonna keep talking about it as time goes on, but I personally would love to hear from, let's just say, Firefest, or no, I said Firefest.
No, you want to play Firefest?
Jaw Rule, you're gonna get a personal email from Jaw Rule.
Yeah, Jaw Rule, hit me up. Hey, Jaw Rule,
be with you.
put it on me. But yeah, Furnace Fest, that would, something like that. What else would you guys suggest? Like, what kind of festivals?
Dude, the Warp Tour. The Warp Tour ones. Like, I think that's the
Warp-
easiest layup.
But Warp Tour.
When we were young.
Yeah, when we were young. But now, so things like that, I think we'd be pushing into 2026, right? Because I'm pretty sure Warp Tour is all, even though the lineup hasn't come out yet, pretty sure that lineup is set in stone.
They could squeeze you. It would be worth it.
When is Warp Tour?
We don't know.
It still hasn't.
Right?
It has dates. I'm pretty sure.
Summer.
Yeah.
It's like
so
June,
summer,
I thought. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
June
that's
or something.
still. I mean, it's like I'm saying, Steven had a kid Steven had a kid 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that. So when you got a kid that fresh, getting ready for a summer tour, I don't know. Maybe fall. That fall sounds better, but I honestly, in all actuality, was like 2026, guys. Let's shoot for 2026, and if I'm dead by then, that's gonna suck. But but yeah, giving yourself that much time, especially with families, having
lucky.
families and stuff. Wow, dude. But after you say that, you're gonna cry the most now. Saying bullshit like that.
I will, because I won't have anybody to fucking shit on and piss off, and it's gonna hurt my heart.
Oh, you'll find someone.
You know I will. You know I love you. I just have to pretend to be mean. That's all.
I know. It's fine. There is some stuff happening in the chat. Today, we actually have a lot of people in the chat, so So it's looking real nice. Thanks everybody for coming out to the chat. Like I said, we will be talking about this more every time we do a live show. We do a live show every other week on YouTube. So if you guys want to sub, and please come back for our next one, and we'll talk about it a little more. Maybe we could like dig up some
moving
old.
too.
What's up?
Are we moving days as well? Aren't we moving to?
See. I'm having a lot of things going on with my work schedule. So right now we're still keeping it on Thursdays until it absolutely gets down to it. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have to move it in the next 2 weeks from now, but hopefully everything works out. But I think that me finding a job that pays me money is like the most important thing at this point. So that's.
You gonna work for me next weekend, boy?
Yeah, Adam's like, I'll pay you to come and run a stream from 1 a.m. till 8 a.m. Is that what you said?
Something like that. Yeah.
Well worth it. What am I gonna play?
We're gonna bring you over to the Adam Network. Treat you right, okay? Give you all the snacks you need.
Thanks, Dad.
You're a good man, Adam. You're a good man.
Snacks are good.
I was thinking of like, what's the like Anchorman? Like, we're gonna come bring you over to our network.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, like I said,
That's awesome.
Also,
I'm happy for you, even though I'm gotta be shitty. I'm happy.
Yeah, we're stoked.
I'm happy.
Stoked.
Man.
I talked to Eli too, our old merch guy from that era, and he was like,
Oh, the only good thing about that band was Eli. I'll fucking say it right now.
He's got to come with that mustache, correct?
Yeah.
Or we're gonna have problems.
Yes. Or,
It's funny. I was
God.
I was talking with him about it for a while, and he's like, yeah, we could just like all go up to Nashville, and I was like, nah, man, I'm like talking about the band. He's like, oh, you're talking about the band, like getting together and playing shows. And I was like, yeah, and he goes, well, I guess I would have to be there for that.
That's a great response.
Yeah,
Wishing his
Be
fucking arm.
just have him as soon as he gets there, be like, all right, all the merch is over there, so can you just organize it real quick?
He would instantly be like, why the fuck did I come back to this? Why did I come back
we have like a uniform for him, and it's like his short shorts and a fanny pack
flops
from back in the day.
short shorts, flip flops, and a fanny pack with a tank top.
Yeah.
With a tank top.
Like,
that was
yeah.
oh.
Yeah. I'm like, we really don't like when you're not wearing your uniform. So yeah, guys. Anyone else want to say anything?
Well,
about
I got a couple of questions.
Yeah. Let's hear 'em.
Would there be any chance of like, because right now it's real popular. A lot of albums are doing like 20 years, 25 years. It would be very Iwabo to do like, oh, this is the 13-year anniversary of this album and tour and like do like a mini tour of like one solid album or just something a little different, just to be like, yeah. We're playing.
I mean, well, here's the deal, right? Like, so you have to think about this. Here's a few things I thought about. Like, if it's Krista era, we're already cooking the set down to like the 2 albums and the EP. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even whenever we were at like, like say we were at the end of that tour cycle for See You in Shell. I think was like the last single we put out, or what's that album called? Oh, Late for Nothing. No, not Late for Nothing. Sorry.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. It's all happening. No, the one after it. It's all happening. See, I can't even remember my own albums right at this point.
I remember
Ruining
It.
Ruining.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so at the end of the Ruining It for Everybody tour cycle, we had like a 45-minute set, and it was still a lot of songs. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of songs off of Ruining It. It was a lot of songs off of It's All Happening, and it was still a lot of songs off the EP. So, it's like the type of thing, if we played one full album, it would be like a 30-minute set. You know what I mean? So I don't think we could just pick one album. We would have to still just do the best of those 3 pieces of music. So, but yeah, I think that with
the drummer.
Well, with the chance too of doing it, like we would want to run our old set. You know what I mean? Just to give you a little everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and also what a thing to talk about is people have been asking is like, oh, they're like, is it going to be a tour? Is it going to be a show? And I'm like, well, we don't know what it looks like yet because we need to be offered to play these things. So but you could build a lot of things around one show. You know what I mean? Like you say you get a Furnace Fest offer, you could build a little run like everybody would meet in one spot and then play some shows leading up to it, and then after the Furnace Fest, play some shows going this way or that way. Whatever, there's a lot of ways to work it. But I'm just trying to get everybody on board. I got me and Krista. There might be some other people from the old school lineup on board already, but we're going to keep talking about that next time that we're on the show. So maybe we could do some like highlight reels of us saying dumb shit on stage too or something. That'd be fun. But yeah, there we go, guys. You heard it here.
Ready.
Yeah.
Ready for it.
Yeah. Be proud for me,
Oh.
She said no.
Why would I be proud? What kind of a friend would I be if I'm like, oh my God, good for you? That's not a
a friend. That falls under like the good friend category, I think.
Well, that's how
you
you
got
know
the wrong guy, pal.
your good friends are the ones that are going to shit on you, man.
Wrong guy.
Wrong kid dad.
Yeah, those are the ones that keep you going. I'm gonna prove it to that asshole.
You know what? Let's
I'll
jump
be that
into.
Yes.
Are we done talking about Iwabo though right now? Or
You?
I mean,
You can tell us more if you want.
what do you want me to say?
As much as you can.
If you were doing if y'all were doing let's
I'm
just
with
say,
all them.
let's say it's a run of, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 dates. Okay. Who is there any bands that you would try to also pull out of band purgatory or retirement or, and be like, there's 2 bands on the bill that are, running around together. Like, I mean, look, we've got a bunch of bands that are doing it right now. We got Horse the Band. We've got Blood Brothers. I'm gonna see Blood Brothers this weekend. Like, there's so many like bands that are just selling out instantly because they haven't toured together in years and years. That'd be cool if there's two bands.
I mean, the one that made the most sense, like I said earlier, is somebody we said Horse the Band and Iwrestledabearonce, and that was like one of those like. When we did that back in the day, it just made sense. You know what I mean? Like 2 wacky bands that had a crazy cult following. You know what I mean? So, Jet, are you okay? My dog is like real sad right now.
Well, she knows you're gonna leave and go running around playing music.
Jet's fucking tired of hearing you talk about Iwabo.
That's not true. He loves seeing Mildred on screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's still here. Oh my goodness, that dog.
Oh well,
Still alive?
Mildred did pass away.
Oh.
recently.
Okay. I'm sorry. I
Mildred.
loved that dog. She was the best fucking dog ever.
was.
God, I love that dog.
Someone said the number 12 looks like
Ooh,
you.
that'd be sick.
That'd be
That'd be
sick.
sick.
See you next Tuesday.
Number
Oh,
12 is
man.
I would fuck with that.
I would fuck with
fuck
that
with that.
hard.
Yeah.
Someone tag see you next Tuesday.
Somebody, I heard a rumor that someone in
Okay, Umbrella
Arsonist.
Academy.
I heard a rumor that someone in that's the theme of today's show, so we're gonna say rumors.
Oh, gotcha.
I heard a rumor that the dude from Arsonist Get All the Girls was like, yeah, fuck Iwabo. I hate that band. We would have blown up if it weren't for that band at the time, and the person that told me was like, okay.
You want to hear a funny story about them? I'll tell you a fucking funny story about them.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
Here you go.
So they were, they were signed. They blew up after their first record. Again, I'm sorry for chunking. I look like shit. We got signed to Nuclear Blast. Surrounded by Monsters did, and they kind of fell off. Those cats were fucking hitting us up. One of the dudes in the band, I'm not gonna put him on blast, but he was hitting us up like, "Yo, show Nuclear Blast our stuff. Show Nuclear Blast our stuff." Like trying to get them signed and shit because they kind of fell off. you guys were still crushing it. I think that's funny that they say that, yo, you guys, because y'all got big, they didn't. They were fucking dying after their second record flopped. Like, to be real, like it wasn't as good as the first one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I
I
mean-
was really into them in high school, and
Yeah.
then I met all you guys, so that was way after that.
Well, I really liked that band. It just kind of, sucks to hear things like that. Like,
I like the band too. I love the artwork on their
The artwork's
their
so
merch.
good.
The merch too was really cool.
Yeah.
the little bunny rabbit.
Yeah, really just random shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they were cool though. That I was gonna say something specific and then I just
Ooh.
spaced. But
In chat, Fear
Uh-oh.
Before. That's who I would love to see. I mean, just like
But Fear Before's got to play their first 2 records. I can't handle it.
anything. You know what? I think you're misjudging that. I think you need to go back with a older perspective and listen to those records. So
one of the
mwah.
what was his name? The guitar player. He was on our record. What's his name?
Was it?
Corey? Is it Corey? I don't know. I'm terrible
Adam?
at that.
I thought it was David.
was-
Adam was on our record. Yeah, he did a guest spot on our record.
Dr. Acula. That's a good, tasty one too.
Oh, dude.
It could be
Fuck
interesting.
those
Yeah.
guys.
Rollo
Those guys.
Tomasi. That's a good one. I like Rollo Tomasi a lot.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yo,
That would actually be dope.
have you seen this dude? It's more like modern to now, but like this dude called Mono Neon.
No.
He's like a social media dude, but he's like a wild ass bassist, but he's like a full act, and I think he's out of like New York, he's super wild, like super colorful, neon clothes and shit, but he's a crazy bassist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does a lot of like the meme stuff on the internet. Like he'll just do like play along to people talking and actually hear all the notes and shit.
Yeah.
He'll do stuff like that on the internet.
Nice. Hell yeah. Sawtooth Grin. What's that? I don't know who that is.
Sawtooth
all.
Grin.
They're
That's
old
old.
school,
That's
bro.
so old.
That's old,
Whoa,
dog.
I haven't thought of that
Yeah.
band in a long time.
Oh, man.
Did you know that
Ow.
ruining it for everybody is a Jeff Foxworthy reference?
No.
What a cool band we were. What a cool band we were.
Make
What
it
was from a
dead.
stand up or what?
Yeah, it's just some stand up. I
Okay.
never listened to it, but they were like when I moved to Louisiana, they were like, that Jeff Foxworthy is pretty fucking funny.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 10 years old, Jeff Foxworthy really hit,
Yeah.
He did have a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
more than one.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on fire there for a while.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the one we had
You might
going?
be a redneck.
Yeah.
You might be.
A redneck.
No, we were saying that about something the other day. You might be new metal. That's what it was. You might be new metal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you have a ball chain necklace and some Adidas shell-toed shoes, you might be new metal. Because there was a
Still
bunch of
all those
people.
things.
Yeah, we were talking about things that were new metal bands, and people were hitting us back and saying, "Nah, Evanescence ain't new metal," or like,
Oh,
Flyleaf-
fuck off. Yes, they are.
"Flyleaf isn't new metal," and we were
Yes,
like,
they are.
"Mm."
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Like, I'm pretty sure you might be new metal if you do some of those things. If you name a song, if you're Flyleaf and you name a song So Sick, you might be new metal, dude.
Evanescence drummer. When he was doing a D drum ad. Evanescence drummer was doing a D drum ad in like Hit Parader. He had a Dickies suit on, buttoned all the way up to the top. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me they weren't fucking new metal.
Yeah, you got a Dickies tuxedo, you might be new metal.
Dickies tuxedo.
Oh, dude, you're
Yeah.
if you wore Dickies, period, you were new metal. End of story. We're done.
100%.
Dude.
We're fucking
100%.
done.
If you show up to an audition for a band, you're just in. Like they're like, oh shit, what you got on, dude? I don't even care if you're good.
Crispy Dickies clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, they got the fucking pleated.
Yeah. Still got the crease.
Oh, look at that. Fuzz, you have a
Come say
kid?
goodnight. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, he's like, all right, get out of here.
All right, I'm gonna get y'all talking on this next subject because it's a fun one to rant about, and then I'm gonna go give the dogs a treat because Jet seems a little sad right now. I don't know what's going
Dude,
on.
he's tired of hearing about
The eye
Iwabo.
contact is. You got this dog over here staring at you. This one's staring at me. I'm not taking off the glasses. All right.
Doesn't
I'm not
trust
ready
you
to
with the
kayfabe.
glasses on.
So this was kind of a new subject that was brought up when I watched something about it the other night. So there was this movie that came out called Wicked, okay, and it has created this new stir of theater kids going to the movies and singing out loud during the movie. So, and then whenever Ariana Grande came out and made a statement like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't sing at the theater, pretty much all the comments that hit back were just like, if I'm paying $15 to go to a movie, I'm gonna sing in the movie theater.
That's real?
Yeah, that is
been
straight up real. But let's talk about that. Let's have Rabbit start with that because
Okay.
you know, I
Rabbit
think
can
that I think that we were talking about that the other night.
Oh, I gotta start this one off.
Fucking start it. I'll start it if you don't fucking want to. I'll gladly start.
All right, here's the deal. I'm gonna let the theater kids have this one. That's, Wicked's their thing. I don't really give a fuck about it. But I will say this. One thing. When you go to the theater to watch a musical or a play, you don't sing along. You shut the fuck up and you watch the musical. You watch the play. So why are you singing along in the theater, like at the movie? You don't do it when you go to see them live. So why are you doing it at the movie? That's the one thing that I just don't understand, and what drives me crazy about this whole thing. They feel like they're entitled to sing along, but they don't do that when they go see it live as a play. So that's what I gotta say.
I'm with you. Like, what movie etiquette is it okay to like talk and do stuff? Like, I want to hear how it's being sang or talked about on the movie. South Park re-released the South Park movie in theaters, and at the very beginning, because it's a sing-along movie, and you've had 20 some odd years to watch this movie, it said, "Please sing along if you'd like," and it had all the words on the screen. It was inviting you to, but this is a brand new movie. It's going to have new audience that's maybe never heard the musical or anything. I believe, the people that are paying should get to be able to hear it. Now, I have been to, I was bad singing Korn. I went and saw Korn a couple years ago, and I was singing, and the guy in front of me turned around and just said, "Will you stop singing?" And I was very confused because it was a concert, So is it okay to sing at concerts?
Should have hit him in the fucking face.
Well,
I think it's more. I think it's more widely accepted to sing along at a concert.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Like, even if it's annoying to other people that are trying to have a good time and listen to, Korn or Taylor Swift or whoever it is. Like, it's a concert. It's a musical concert. You're there to sing along. And that just goes to prove my point that when you go to a play, you don't sing along at a play. You just sit there and quietly and listen.
We'll kick you the fuck out if you go to a play.
And
sing.
when you go to a movie, the movie etiquette is you shut the fuck up and you watch a movie in the theater.
Yeah.
So I don't understand where all this is coming from, where they feel they're entitled to sing along in a movie theater. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Absolutely fucking not.
But you know what? This, like I said, I'll give them this one.
Well, fuck
It's
them.
not for me. It wasn't made for me. It was made for them. So
Well, it's funny. There was things like there was a video
I'll let them have it.
For example, there's a video of a guy that posted his on his Instagram or TikTok, and he was like conquering stage fright at Wicked, and then he sang with the song and belted it out, and it's just like conquering stage fright. Go somewhere where you're singing. Don't go to a movie to conquer your stage fright. You're not supposed to be talking.
Yeah, go to karaoke.
Exactly.
This is real?
Yes.
This is real because I've seen a little bit of it myself.
I want to go see the movie just to see if someone does it.
Oh, dude, I would take my $20 large cherry Coke and I would fucking slam it in their goddamn face.
You take it like the bowl, like you bowl without the fingers in it, just throw.
Yep. Look, I don't go to movies often. I did go to one last week. I saw Moana 2 with my daughter.
Whoa.
Wonderful. However, that's like 5, guys.
Dude.
I've gone to 5 movies in like the last year. I know, it's crazy, right? But I just think it's so fucked up. We all paid money. I want to hear them sing on the screen, not fucking you. Like, it's so rude. It's no different than your cell phone going off. It's no different than you fucking talking. What the fuck would make you think it's okay to sing in a goddamn movie theater? Really, truthfully, what the fuck makes you think it's okay? It's not okay. I want to go watch the movie, not some fucktard sing. Like, it's not going to happen. I would be fucking livid. Like, I would be so pissed. I would get my money back and then probably fight the person fucking singing.
What? Let me ask this: if you waited 2 or 3 weeks, because it's going to be in theaters probably until the end of December, right? What if you waited until like the end run? Then you go to the movies, watch it, just watch it, shut up, and then wait a couple weeks, go back, and then just sing your heart out, or maybe sing along showings. That's what they need.
That
They need a sing-along showing.
I believe there is sing
Yeah.
along showings.
Okay.
But yeah, these people were like, obviously blatantly disrespecting the scenario and being like,
Right.
I don't care, I'll sing no matter what.
And
But
that's not a new thing. They've done that with Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like there are sing-alongs that you go to specifically. People dress up.
That's
it's a whole
cool.
thing, and that's fine. That's what that's meant for. But if you're just going to a normal showing of the movie where everyone expects you to be quiet so you can watch the movie, and you're singing at at the top of your lungs, it's I don't know.
well, even like
Bad form.
apparently one of the actresses, like one of the main actresses, not Ariana Grande, the other chick, was like, yeah, like you go and sing it the first time and then go and see it a second time and just enjoy it after. And it was like, what? No.
She said that.
If anything, it should be the opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but also, no, don't sing in the theater. I don't know.
That was said.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not good.
There's been a lot of controversy around that movie.
Because
and,
it's gonna always be somebody's first time, so there's always gonna be somebody singing.
exactly.
I will fight somebody, dude. I would fight somebody. Like, my little sister
Actually-
loves that play. She's seen it in New York. She sees it when it comes to Dallas. And my
I
little
went and saw the
sister's
movie.
fucking meaner than me. She's way meaner than me. If somebody would start singing in the movie theater with my little sister, she would fucking drop them so quick it wouldn't even.
I've
It's just
almost fought somebody in the
disrespectful,
movie
dude.
theater before
It is.
for telling them to shut up.
Dude. Sorry, man.
But yeah.
I think it's disrespectful. Unless it's a sing along. If you get mad at a sing along, you're a fucking asshole. But if you're just at a movie, nah, man. No, you're not gonna fucking sing in this movie. I already have to watch that shit on the screen. They're already singing. I don't want to fucking hear you sing too. So stop it.
Dude, did you know this is random? Did you know that there's like a theater option that they sometimes do for, it's like casual viewing? So you, like, if you're a mom with a kid and like other people with adolescent children, they could all go there and they don't necessarily have to like sit and watch the movie because their kid might need attention and like kids might be talking. And so there is specific showings for that, to where they're like, yeah, it's loose, you could talk, and you know what I mean, like, and what I've had a homie be like, oh yeah, we have to change our times, and he's like, I accidentally bought those, and it was just like, oh god, I would have died just going into a movie and being like really into it, and like all the moms are just like, oh sweetie, you need some milk, okay, here you go, you want to do, and you're like, oh my god, why are we here, what happened?
We'll take my daughter to go see a kids movie because there will be kids there and they're all going to be doing the same thing my mother is. So that doesn't bother me. It's expected. But if I were to go see this ridiculously long movie, somebody starts singing, nah. Hard no for me.
Yeah, that'd be rough. I'm thinking like through the whole, you're like the concert level and extent of singing but in a movie theater now, and times that by however many kids or people are singing along in that enclosed area, it would drive you mad. But beyond anything else, I would lose my mind.
And to be fair, there's only one musical, and it's Grease. The rest are all trash. That's all I'm fucking saying.
I mean,
That's
Rocky.
what you're gonna that's the hill you're gonna.
Yeah.
Well, I will die
there's
on that
only one.
hill multiple times. You can name a better one.
What about
Sorry,
Lion
dog.
King?
Damn.
You give a
Lion
fuck
King
about
is
Lion
dope.
King, dog.
You know
Damn,
what?
you're lying.
No,
You're a
you didn't.
liar,
Shut up.
dude.
You shut up right now.
West Side Story. West Side Story is
dude.
pretty
Hell
tight.
yeah,
Is
dude.
Danny Zuko in West Side Story? Nope.
Talking shit about Lion King right now. No?
Yeah. All plays. All.
Hakuna Matata
Yo.
real hard tonight.
FUZZ is like, from now on, all high school plays are Grease. And he's like Thanos. Snaps his fingers.
Switchblade.
Dude, look, I love Grease. I hate musicals, but Grease is the only musical that I fucking love. I'm sorry.
Tell me more.
Isn't that one?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
does he have a car?
The
Does he have a
Reagan
car? Which
Was
one?
still in was it like Baby or something? There's one like that.
I know which one you're talking about.
You're talking about Baby Boy?
No, that's not
one? Right, baby?
that's street theater. Okay?
That's street theater. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, that movie was great. That movie was incredible.
Baby Boy. Dude.
Maybe
I know
there's
what
an
movie
idea. You know what I'm talking about? The Baby one. Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, I
it's
know
like
exactly.
It's a greaser era.
Crybaby.
Yeah.
Crybaby.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Crybaby was dope, dude.
Crybaby
Yeah.
is dope.
That's
Chocolate.
great. Hatchet Face is the shit. It's pronounced chocolate. It's pronounced chocolate.
Chocolat. It's a wonderful movie.
It's a wonderful movie.
Chocolate with Johnny Depp.
What else? We had some other subjects, but I don't know. It just seems like a lot to get into.
I wanted
Talking about Grease.
He's greased up. He's lubed. Rick, I wanted you to show off your Nerd and Rickshaw. We went and show off your spoils, your little gift from the comic shop.
It's over there.
She already threw it in the
It's
trash.
behind Rabbit's head.
You know what? Fuzz, I don't like him either.
Wow, dude. You're gonna
You
do
already
it.
misplaced the gift that I gave him yesterday.
It's right
it's a
behind
gift,
Rabbit's head.
dude. Man,
It's right
and
behind
if you
Rabbit's
did
head.
that, if you did that to him, you'd never hear the
On top
fucking
of
end of
those
it, Adam.
books. Nope. On top of those comic books. Yep. There it is.
It's not a fucking autographed picture of William Shatner. I don't want to see it.
Adam gave me this because we went to the comic book store and he dropped it.
Ooh.
He dropped this
Yeah,
one.
I did that for you.
He
Fuzz.
was
I
like-
gave him my
dropped
teeny
it
version.
and it caused this crease over here, right here. See that?
Yep.
See that big old
Yep.
crease? He was like, he handed this to me and then he ran back in and he bought another copy. So
Man, is
Thank
that
you,
a
Adam.
is that a
Good
foil
friends.
cover?
It's a
this
good
is a full
friend.
cover.
He's real
Yeah,
stoked on it.
Man, those foil covers, they always have like if they get the tiniest little dent in them, you just can see them from a mile away.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was driving me mad.
I
I have that same problem with my Jordans, guys. I get it.
But we're gonna have you're gonna put that video out. We went and did some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. It's like I don't know what you call it, like a geek day.
Yeah, like a nerd day.
A
you
nerd
know?
out. A
Like
nerd out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like a date between two nerdy boys. You know what I mean?
The hell? Too
Yeah.
nerdy, dirty.
Did
boys.
y'all,
Yeah, we went.
did y'all listen to Nerdy the entire time y'all
They
were
were-
Ooh.
they
hanging
were-
out?
Damn.
No.
Did you remember?
Oh my god. Jeffrey remembers so much.
I remember. I remember.
Dun, 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 dun. That's such a great breakdown.
That's the sickest, dude. Everybody fist fight as soon as that one note.
Mhm.
Gang. Sorry.
Good.
Anyways, guys. Also, guys, in recent news. Oh, I already brought up the pug. Yeah, I brought up the pug winning the national contest, right?
No, you haven't.
Hmm?
You
Did I
said
bring,
that
oh,
was-
I brought it
but
up
it
right.
doesn't-
Oh, it was
Yeah,
off.
that's
mic.
good enough for me. Yeah, that was good.
What's Listen,
Yeah.
dude.
Nobody really cares.
Let me try to find it.
Wow, dude, you guys don't care. You don't care that
I care.
a pug,
I care.
a pug won a national dog show, and you guys are over
Oh,
here
that's cool.
acting like they ain't the shit, dude.
Is it
Pugs
For the
are the
first
shit.
time,
That's first.
Yeah.
was its name Vito?
yeah.
I love pugs, dude. I have
For
no
the
problem with
first
pugs.
time a stoner dog gets his recognition, aside from Scooby Doo,
Oh.
and Adam hates Scooby Doo.
What?
Lame.
Look at this.
He's an illiterate dog.
Oh, look at that!
He's an
What a
illiterate
good
dog.
boy.
Look
Not
at-
this one. This one looks great. This is a winner right here.
Oh,
What a-
what a good boy!
Is that the dog from Men in Black?
Yeah, Frank.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah, dude!
It's like
Billy
the
Jones
Fire.
shaking that motherfucker, you know?
Oh, look
It
at the
is.
good
It's
boy!
that type
Oh.
for sure.
Oh, dude, I'd fuck with that dog.
Hell yeah.
Times
Yeah,
are
dude.
changing all around, you know.
Dude,
Pug
finally.
winning.
Finally, dude. I'm sorry. My heart is so boring.
Groundhog
I
Day is
lo-
going to be wild.
Winnie could win that. Winnie could win.
Winnie's the best because I thought Winnie was a grown man snoring next to me, passed out on a couch, and it was not. It was Winnie.
Well,
was
and
amazing.
that was whenever Winnie was like 4 months
He was.
old or something.
She was
dude.
young. I thought. I knew I was the only one there. I knew I was the only one
Dogs are
sleeping
born
on that
with sleep
couch.
apnea.
Oh, dude. Don't hate on sleep
need-
apnea,
It's
okay?
been bred into them.
She's gonna hear you say bread, and she's gonna come running.
Wake up.
She's like, oh, bread. All right, Adam, what do you want to talk about? Let's do some free flow talking.
Free
you know?
flow.
Yeah, let's just
Your rap
chat
game,
about
huh?
what
You know?
heavy flow.
This is the free flow.
What is so what you got going on at your channel? What are you gonna be doing aside from like that stream, like the far out? You know what I mean? Right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of like there'll be some music mixed in there. Pretty much just working on music when I have something to work on. Otherwise, bringing the gaming back into it. But seems like I'm gonna do a lot of marathons. That seems to interest me. Where we're doing like sleep streams, so it's a mixture of like sleep streams with like a subathon, where it's basically instead of like your average marathon would be like maybe 24 hours or whatever be the case, or they would stop and do day 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I'm just gonna stream the whole time. And so what I'm working on doing right now is putting cameras throughout my place, and hence why Ricky might be helping me with one of them, but that's pretty much like long term what I want to do, just different games, because I've been touring so much, I've never really been able to beat many games. So a way to do that without spending too much time is to just grind.
Mhm.
So I figured let's grind through some games, throw through some charity events on certain ones when I can find a good cause, and just immerse myself and immerse everyone else in the experience. So that's the big goal right now, is to just keep adding and improving that.
Hell yeah, that's dope. We were talking about some stuff yesterday. I had a question for him, and we answered it on his stream. But one of the questions that I had for him was, what is a game that you may or may not have had a lifetime grudge with
Yeah.
and never beat? And you said, what was your answer?
Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo.
But you said you recently beat it, right?
Yeah, and we got really close yesterday too.
Oh, okay.
On the stream, we were like maybe tops 3 to 4 levels. Maybe.
I don't know.
You
I
got
have
to
no
Neon.
idea.
You got to Neon Knight Riders.
Yeah. How far is that?
That's 3/4 of the way. I mean, you're pretty close to the end at that point.
Yeah. I don't think many of the bosses get too tougher than I feel like. I feel like the ship, whatever that was with the Rocksteady Bebop,
Oh, yeah.
those guys are pretty pestery when you're solo. I
Yeah.
can never get past them solo.
Do you get a certain amount of continues on that game?
What is it? You get 3 continues and then 2 and then 1. Wait, you get how's that work? Because you get like a main screen continue, right? Like when it's like game over, you can continue once.
You get. I think
From
you
that.
start out with 3 lives, and then I think you get 2 or 3
Right.
continues,
Yeah,
and then which gives you 3 more lives or so when you start the next
yeah.
next set.
Okay. I get bored of it after maybe like 2 tries.
It's
Like if you have to replay the level, you know.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
long one. That's one of the longer like beat 'em ups. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, my I had 2 answers for that question personally, and it was Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Fuck that game.
You literally have to be like at 100% focus to get through that game because there's just shit coming at you all the time. And then they send you back to the beginning of the game and you have to do it again. And then you have to beat it with a special weapon, a weapon that sucks my ass. So, I've gotten to the very end of that game with 15 lives and all of them lost. Yeah.
You actually reviewed that game with us on the Secret Levels podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then one other game I played was X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. That game is
So sick.
I had the passcode. You know how the old school games, they would give you a sequence that you had to, memorize or write down, and then you could continue the game. I played that game for like 15 years, just like whenever somebody I saw had it, I would took a picture on my first iPhone with that code, and I would pick up the game every now and then whenever I had the chance, and I got to almost the very end where you fight Magneto, and I was Wolverine, and I got my ass kicked. So I just pretty much have to start the game over because Wolverine is never going to beat Magneto in a fight. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, those are the 2
What if
games.
he wasn't a bitch?
Wow, dude. Wow, dude. Fuzz, you're laughing because you know that you piss me off so bad, dude. You see, he's laughing. He's super villain. Sometimes you're just leering over my bed, laughing at me at night. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I know I don't play video games except every now and again. Mario Kart, I'd kill just about anybody in Mario Kart.
Which cart? Which cart?
Oh man,
On which console?
the Switch. My daughter and I play quite a bit on the Switch.
Okay, let's bring it.
Dude, I'm in. Dude, I'm in. I would love to. I would love to do some Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So down. I'm so down, dude. That's really the only game. Like during COVID, we would party at my house and we would have Mario Kart tournament.
Yeah,
Abbott was there.
I
Mike
was
would be
missing
there.
out.
Yeah, dude.
Missing out.
Yeah. We'll have to do that.
Well, yes, definitely.
Toby, what about you? What game have you had a lifetime grudge with that you've never beaten?
There's too many. There's way too many.
So many, dude. He's so upset.
Okay, you know
right
what?
now.
There's a game. There's a game that we're about to review on Secret Levels. Comic Zone for the Sega Genesis.
Oh,
Yeah,
that game's tough.
Coolest looking game that's ever been made. Hard as balls. It's impossible. I know it's possible. Plenty of people have beat it. I can't beat it. It is stupidly hard. I'm going to use a lot of save states when I play it because it is so stupidly hard. Yeah, that's one for sure. But I've got a whole list of them, that couldn't beat for the show or whatever. Super Ghouls and Ghosts or I get confused on which one's which. The Super Nintendo is different from the NES one. One's called Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins is the
Super
NES version.
Okay.
And then the Ghost and Ghouls is the
both those
Super
games.
Nintendo.
They can suck my ass. They are so hard. And the Sega Genesis, whatever that one's called.
I don't think I played the second one. I think once I heard about it, I really did want to play it, but I don't have the grip.
All I know is that they changed the buttons. Like the buttons aren't the same as the Super Nintendo one. It's more like the NES one, I believe. So like you can't like jump. You can't jump diagonally. You can only just jump straight up or move forward.
Oh yeah,
Something weird like that.
Hell yeah. Well, shit.
I wanted to toss this at you. See what you know about that.
What you know about that?
This is called X Mutants.
Oh,
I've actually
shit. I've
never.
It's a ripoff
heard of
of. They wanted it to appear to be like X-Men, from what I understood.
Was that what they based the movies on? Because that shit was dope.
God,
It was off that. This was the source material.
he's just trolling me again, guys.
But look at that artwork. It looks like it's Jim Lee.
I thought, yeah.
Jim Lee X-Men era.
Yeah.
You
Keep
win-
that cart
you
that
know what?
cartridge.
You win,
The
Fuzz.
cartridge is in there too. I don't have a booklet for that though.
Ooh, that's what do you collect for any console specifically, Adam?
I used to collect hella, but now I just have a few things.
Right.
So Sega stuff because it's the most obscure and hardest to find now. But primary used to be Nintendo. But Sega's like Genesis and Dreamcast is what I probably would go for most now.
What about Gamecast?
Get the Gamecast. See,
I said I got Gamecast.
I like to buy Sega Genesis stuff, but if it doesn't have the case, I won't buy it.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, just having the cartridge is cool, I guess, but like I want the case, I want the manual, I need it all. But for Super Nintendo or NES, like I can just buy those loose. I don't care. Like you need that clamshell. Ooh, that nice hard clamshell.
It doesn't feel the same without it. And, it's like some places will like part it. They'll part them purposely so they kind of try and get more. And it's like
fuck those.
I can't support
Part
that.
the porpoise.
Here, try that
Y'all are
shit.
talking about so much sexy stuff, dude. You're like a hard shell, the pearl.
That's what he just threw you. That clamshell, baby.
Yeah, the crispy clamshell.
Mm.
Come on, when he threw you the clamshell, you didn't get a little hard, Mike. Just a little hard.
Whoa, dude! Some things you don't
Mike-
say
yo,
in
dude.
public.
Did he come or what?
We all want to know.
That's good, dude. That's good. Some Clueless said, "Did y'all play Infected on PSP where you could unlock all of Slipknot as playable characters?"
What?
No way.
No, I gotta
On
look this up.
PSP?
PSP is
I
one of
have
my
no
favorite
idea.
consoles.
Damn, I gotta take a PSP.
That's cool.
Actually, you know what, Rabbit's funny is whenever I went to his place, I started looking at all his game stuff, and I said, "Yo, you got Gamecast?" I did the same joke. Can't help but think of that damn joke every time.
Yo, you can play a Slipknot on Infected. I've never played Infected, but that's cool. I'm gonna use that for. We do a retro game quiz show twice a year called the Retro Olympics on Secret Levels, and I'm gonna use that as one of the questions now. That's really cool.
That's sick.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
I gotta write that down.
I should be on that because I would know all the answers.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
But yeah, you guys wanna talk about anything else before we get out of here? We made good time today.
It was fun.
I mean,
It's fun.
we left. We managed to not talk about all the most dramatic topics. Honestly, we left off some Ronnie Radke. We left off some Tim Lambesis drama happening in the world.
I think that's still unfolding. I think we need to let
That's
that
happening in
simmer.
That's happening in his world.
Yeah.
It's a very contained and volatile.
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna make a really terrible joke. I'm gonna stay away from it. Yeah, dude, that Tim.
You've been
Tim
doing
Lambesis-
terrible the host show. You might as well just send it, buddy.
Damn.
well, is he gonna do it himself this time? How about that?
Damn. You heard what he
Terrible.
said?
Adam, you're hurting my feelings today, dog.
I
You're
had to
just
give you
hurting my
one. I had to
feelings.
give you one.
Hurting my feelings. First, you say you don't want to listen to me. Now you're just being mean. You don't know how I feel about
me
from you,
it. No, I deserve every bit of it. Shit on me all I need to.
Also, Adam's been getting into the Metal series.
Ooh.
Does anyone mess with D? I'm just neutral. So does anyone like DC stuff?
I used to read a lot of DC stuff. I had to cut back. I just don't have the time for it. But I really I quit right before that whole metal series started coming out.
Oh, you did? Yeah, that's what I thought was cool. Is the metal, and there's a heavy metal too.
Yeah. I really wanted to read all
Yep.
that with
Oh, boy.
what's the Batman that laughs or whatever?
Yeah, that's why I'm getting to that. So I'm finishing this, and then I'm gonna move on to that. 'Cause
Man.
I thought he just looks so fucking cool. It's like,
Yeah.
what type of character is that? Like,
We actually had a full talk about how I don't like the DC movies and they've been fumbling, but I do like the DC comics. I think DC comics have always been pretty consistent and pretty good, especially the Golden Age shit, Silver Age shit. But we did have that full discussion yesterday, but now we got James Gunn putting out new stuff. Apparently that the new Superman trailer is done and ready to go. We're just kind of waiting for it to come out. Also,
We're doing another one?
Yes, they're rebooting the
Oh,
the
good.
whole
So they
DC
can
universe.
make 3 shitty fucking movies again.
Followed up
Oh,
with some
man.
bad ones.
Why do movies have to be threes and sets of threes? Like, why has it got to be?
Yeah.
I've never understood
Everything
why.
has to be a trilogy now. Yeah.
Why do stories have to end in a trilogy? Why can't we have 4 fucking movies in a story? Like, why does it have to be set with bookmarked with trilogies? It's such an annoying
I
thing.
think they should focus on making one good movie first.
Right.
yeah,
Fair point.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fair.
In a
Then
special-
worry about it
Yeah.
being a trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but they're getting fucking Ben Affleck to play Batman, and he's as shitty as George.
I will say
Clooney
this though,
was.
I am invested in the Matt
What?
Reeves universe.
Yeah.
Is that
Penguin
true?
Show was awesome. I went
Uh,
back and watched the Batman. It's awesome.
Weird.
Which one?
I just rewatched it the other day too. It's very good. It's so good.
Let's
Yeah.
not.
The Batman?
The
That
Batman.
one with Robert Pattinson or whatever?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Nah,
It's
dude.
way
watched-
more
You
like
watched
Shine-
Penguin?
Shiny vampire
Penguin Show?
Batman.
no.
The Penguin Show was great.
It's really
So good. It's so fucking good.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
check that
really
out.
good.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell kills in that fucking show. dude.
Colin Farrell is
Crushes
amazing.
it.
Dude, that finale. I won't say nothing. That finale.
Brother.
No, I haven't watched the finale.
Fuck.
Oh,
I'm
shit,
Saddest
you
thing.
haven't? Okay.
Dude.
Saddest
Been
thing I've
catching
watched
up
all
on-
year.
Oh, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Just finished Agatha all along. Now I'm catching up on everything else. So I'm fucking.
I gotta watch Agatha still. You know, you were saying that the DC comics are great. For years and years, it's been DC comics have been badass while the movies have sucked, but Marvel's comics sucked ass while their movies were just popping off left and right. I don't know
Yeah.
why that is. Like, why can't they like? You would think that.
I don't
think
know.
it's just two
It's almost
different
like they-
mediums and getting the right people to, produce movies it's different than comic books. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like
I feel like it just takes magic. You know what I mean? You can't have magic everywhere all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there, and that's kind
yeah,
of
but I honestly don't think like the Marvel movies were a huge success because of just comic book readers. I think they
Yeah.
were a huge success because they were good movies that
Right.
appealed to a wide audience.
Yeah.
Really had nothing to do with comic books because
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really cared about Thor or Captain America as comic book characters until the Marvel movies started popping off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And it's like almost the opposite with DC. Where they just haven't. They didn't have the Kevin Feige or whatever for DC to really push their shit.
I think
I'm waiting on Captain Thailand to pop out. You know what I mean?
Damn, bringing that back. All right.
Captain
I'm
Thailand.
in. Where's that movie check, dude? You need one.
Is he lady boy?
I think
No, lady man.
I think some of the problem with the Marvel comics was because the movies were doing so well, they tried to copy everything into the comics to make that canon,
Yeah.
and that really hurt a lot of things. Just trying to make it match, changing costumes so they're more. I remember when they changed Captain America's costume to match the Marvel and the MCU like outfit, and it was kind of jarring just because you'd seen it one way all this time, and then just for no reason, it's completely different. Like nothing storyline. It's completely different.
That's lame.
Yeah, and I feel like they did that a lot. They started adding in like Agent Coulson wasn't that his name from?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they started adding him in, which they've done that everywhere. Like DC, they added the characters from Smallville into the comics, which was kind of a nice little touch. But like they did that with. They really tried to shoehorn everything that was happening in the MCU into the comics, and it just felt like, okay, we get it. You're popular. Stop it. Go back to writing some like good stories.
Well, like they couldn't do shit with X-Men for a long time too, and that really like hurt Marvel Comics because they didn't own the rights to the movie characters, so the quality of the comics were going real bad for a while, and it was like every single story they come up with is like, oh, the mutants are dying.
Yeah.
And the X-Men are all sad about it. Yeah, and it started being like, What? Why are we
The
keep
movies were so good.
So
Did
did they know more mutants, the mutants away, because they didn't have the rights to X-Men, and they were like, well, we're not going to help promote these movies that we can't do, because they did the same with Fantastic Four when they killed off Johnny Storm for a year or two or whatever it was. And even with
Well, it's like-
Spider-Man, you know what? They did it with Spider-Man, and when Doc Ock was Spider-Man for a while.
Well, it's like, especially with like Marvel Comics, whenever it, like, let's just say, so they don't own the rights to X-Men, use it as an example. They start pulling all of their good writers and good artists off of a project because they're like, well, at the top where the movies are coming out, we're not getting any publicity for X-Men. So why would we use our top writers and our top artists on X-Men comics at the time? You know what I mean? So
Right.
So it's like now that, you know, at the time they're like, Avengers is popping off though. We got Avengers all over, you know, Disney World walking around. They're the biggest movie coming out right now. Like, this is an ongoing saga. Let's put the top writers on that, top artists on that. Let's pump out like 15 different Avengers titles. You know what I mean? So that's like the difference of, you know, when you don't own the rights to your movie, to the characters being in the movies, it just like seems like less of a priority.
Yeah.
Favorite comic came out at the height of MCU, Guardians of Infinity. That shit was dope as fuck, and it was like right in the middle of Marvel's fucking up and coming. You know, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was my favorite comic that's ever come out.
But that also too is like Guardians came out of nowhere in the theaters and it sweeped, and then everything Guardian related in the comics started being like pushed out. You know what I mean?
Oh, it got real bad for a while.
Loved the Guardians movies, but follow the proper storyline. But that's another conversation for another day.
That's every comic book nerd's first argument.
But I know it crushes my soul.
It didn't happen like that in the comics, and I'm guilty of it too. I'll whisper in a theater. It didn't happen like that.
When I was seeing Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I leaned over to Al and was like, "This will not enjoy the rest." That is exactly what I said to
Mantis. Were you talking about Mantis?
That's bullshit. I still am pissed off about
That's what you get, Fuzz.
Whatever. I know it's what I deserve because I shit on you all the time. I deserve it.
Have we had any news about Spawn? Have we just forgotten about Spawn again? Like,
they push it back.
The movie?
Yeah.
Didn't they
Jamie
push it
Foxx?
back again?
I don't know. Let me look.
I think the last thing I saw about it was that horror movie company is actually talking about producing it.
A24?
A little more campy movie.
Blumhouse?
Yeah, Blumhouse was picking the movie up and was gonna produce it, and then Todd McFarlane wants to work. Well, they apparently he wanted to direct for a long time. He was like, "I'm directing the movie," and now that we've gotten to this point where Blumhouse is into it, I think they said that no, you're not gonna direct, but you could direct it with a director, right?
Jeremy Renner
and then
is supposed to be in it.
All I know is what's his name?
Yeah, Blumhouse.
What's the main
Leto?
Al Simmons.
Al
Who's
Simmons.
playing Al Simmons?
Oh, well, Jamie Foxx is playing Al Simmons.
Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is playing
Jamie
Al
Foxx,
Simmons.
really?
Yeah.
Jared Leto, I thought was playing him.
No, shut up. Don't ruin the movie. I'm here for. I
what
love
about-
Spawn. Spawn is so
Spawn
bad.
is
Yeah.
incredible.
Do you remember the HBO
Yes,
show? With
that show was
fucking-
I was
sick.
stoked.
Who was the voice of Spawn in that
Oh,
one?
dude,
It was
Oh, I know.
the dude from all the horror movies.
he's got the deep, raspy voice. Oh man,
And you talking about Candyman? That guy?
no, he was.
damn it.
I don't know who it was in that.
He plays the president in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
He's the voice of the president. You'll recognize it as soon as somebody finds it.
Keith
it's gonna
David.
be- Yeah, Keith David.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
played Spawn in the old HBO show.
It's pretty faithful to like the
No,
first
it's not.
like 8 or 9 issues too. So like if you watch that, you pretty much just read the first.
It was dark.
It was
Yeah.
so
It
dark.
was so dark. Yeah.
It was awesome.
But yeah, that's Spawn. Yeah, apparently Todd McFarlane wants it to be a straight horror style movie. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I liked the idea that the rumor was it was going to be all from Sam and Twitch's perspective, the detectives, and like
Ooh,
Spawn
that'd
was
be
always
cool.
going to be in the shadows. I thought that was really such a cool idea.
Yeah, like they're always kind of one step behind him, trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
like,
and
what's going on?
you don't see him really until the end. Like that's how I heard it was pitched.
Wasn't there a Wanda drinking game? Like every time Spawn said Wanda. Wanda.
Dude, I'll play
Him
that.
and Batman. They're both screaming. Yeah. Well, the Rachel thing, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
With who?
With Batman in the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
Wait, but that's who is it? That's Two-Face Harvey that's saying that, right? Or is it Bruce that's screaming for Rachel?
I think it's Bruce.
Rachel. It's both of them, right? They both loved Rachel in there.
Both,
Right?
yeah, they both loved Rachel.
Yeah, he was burning in the play.
Oh yeah.
I played a drinking game with Thundercats, and like we had a couple rules, but every time Snarf said Snarf, you took a drink, and we accidentally watched a Snarf heavy episode where that motherfucker was just like Snarf, Snarf this, Snarf, Snarf that, and we were just like, God damn, we were drunk by the end of the 20-minute episode. Snarf, Snarf, fuck Snarf.
Ooh. Playing the Roxanne drinking game, dude. You don't do that.
You drink every time it says Roxanne?
Every time and you have to drink. Yeah, dude, it hurts.
Oof.
Really hurt.
Eventually, you put on that red light, though.
Yeah, dude.
You don't have to.
That's
All right, we got a poison the well drinking game. Every time he remembers, you take a drink.
I remember.
Dude, it's like there's like 8 or 9 different songs where he's remembering
I
something.
remember when.
Yeah. And I love it. It's so good when he remembers.
He's got a good memory.
I cannot wait for that show. It's gonna be
that's so good.
God damn it,
I'm gonna cry.
All right. Well, Adam, you wanna
What?
You wanna plug your spot and give the audience all the stuff to go find your stuff.
Do I want to plug my spot?
Yeah,
With
I
what?
don't even know what that means.
it's up to you, baby. Yeah, I got a cork. You got
glass.
Thanks for watching Nerding Out with Rickshaw and Friends. What does it say right here? Okay. I don't have to say much. It's right there. That's great. You got great production.
There we go.
Make it bigger. Can we make it
You want it
bigger?
bigger? Hold on. See how big. Right there.
That big, yeah. That's perfect.
But
I can work with that.
But for
That's
the
good.
audio only version,
Right here. Just click all that. This is just what you need. All that stuff in here.
nice.
Yep. That's how we do it nowadays.
That's the best plug we've had on this show. Toby, you wanna tell them about your podcast?
sure. So I do the Secret Levels podcast. It's a retro video game review show where we go over one game per episode. We go over the history, the story, the gameplay, some fun facts, and we let you know if it's still worth playing today. You can also catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/TobyVonDoom. I play these games on there before we review them for the audio-only podcast. And right now, we're in the middle of a fundraising campaign called Gameboree. So next Tuesday, I will be streaming. We've got a goal. If we can reach $300 for our stream, I'm gonna eat a canned octopus.
Oh my God.
I ate some of these gross ass bugs the other day and almost died. And we're gonna have some other really disgusting things for we have different tiers of donating. So if you donate $5, I've got to eat. Where's it?
Kind of want to donate 3 stacks, dude, and just make you eat that.
Dude,
fucker.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. We got $5 donations will make me eat a gross ass Bean Boozled. I don't know if you've ever ate Bean Boozled. They suck. But yeah, we're doing it's Gameboree. It's in support
Eat one
of
right now.
no, it's in support of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So we've been doing this fundraiser for the last couple of years, so it's pretty cool, pretty good thing. So come check out the stream next Tuesday and donate during the stream, and I'll do some really shitty things for the kids, So
Great job, Toby.
Thanks.
You got a lot of things going on.
apparently,
Running charities and shit.
What do these guys have to say for
we
themselves?
We got nothing.
You got new songs coming out?
No,
Dude, I'm not
You guys
even gonna say that anymore.
got
Playing some shows? You guys playing some shows?
no
You guys-
shows. Nothing. No.
Should-
You guys,
Nothing.
I mean,
You guys-
John and I, John and Jabe have been writing new music. It's just a matter of
you have
when
a
we can
whole
actually-
set that you haven't recorded into songs yet, right?
Yeah, that costs money, dog.
Damn.
We're gonna
dog.
put
We
something
just-
out eventually. I
The
swear.
fans just want to hear some songs, dude.
No, they don't. Nobody wants to hear it.
I wanna
I'm
hear
your
'em.
only fan, and I want to hear them.
I'd like to hear it. Yeah, get it going.
Adam wants to hear it too, dude.
Come on.
I
Come
guess
on.
we'll
One day,
have to do it.
maybe.
Rabbit, we're
Yeah.
just gonna do it. Fuck it.
What? Record songs?
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to do it. Fuck it. Yeah.
I don't think we ever will. Yeah.
Most assertive band. Most assertive band on earth.
And
We're just gonna have to write. We're just gonna have to record some songs.
Is there
Goddamn.
any music? There's music now.
yeah, we have
Two
music.
songs.
We have songs
Oh,
on
cool.
Spotify.
Catch us
yeah,
live.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, we
Two
took
songs.
some time off. It's mostly my fault. I've been trying to build a house and get my life together for a little while. So
It's not
Hopefully-
acceptable.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Nope.
Oh, I will. I mean, once the house is built, I'll have a studio in a shop,
Ooh.
so that'll be nice. So I'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
able to do a
sick.
lot more. So, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, so we'll be able to get a little bit more accomplished.
That's cool.
Hopefully soon we will.
Dope.
Fuck, I don't
Hell
know.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, my name is Michael, aka Rickshaw. You've been nerding out with Rickshaw, and if you like what you see here, you should go to all of our social medias so you could stay informed on when we're gonna do some shows, when we're gonna react to some videos. I will. Adam's gonna have me on his show, helping him with his stream playing video games. So I might as well also utilize the fact that people are going to be watching me play video games, so I'm going to play video games on my Twitch channel also. So go add me up there on twitch.tv/nerdingoutwithrickshaw. And I just got Spider-Man 2, so maybe I'll start streaming that game because I played the first one, and it was one of the funnest games I've played in a long time. I'm also in a band called Never Rest, and we are working on some new songs. We're going to have an EP out hopefully by around April. We're going to start ripping some
It
shows.
was February last time.
No,
Called
that's not
out.
true.
Called out. Jesus.
Yeah, well, we're gonna give ourselves a little more time to put out all 5 songs. So, what about you, Fuzz? When are you? Give us a day. Give us a date that you're putting out 5 whole songs.
I will, but
I don't know what your microphone didn't even pick it up because it doesn't.
said
wanna hear
I
it.
can't talk about it. Can't talk about it. That's where I'm at right now. That- I
Got an
Super
NDA,
secret.
can't
NDA.
talk about it. No, it is. I just can't talk about it. And once I get the okay to say something about it, I will. But until then, I can't.
Well, you know what's even worse is y'all's songs are already done. You just have to go and record them. You have like 30. You play a 30-minute set. And you only have 2 songs.
have
on
so
your
many songs.
Spotify.
There's so many songs.
Okay, if you were to record an EP with all songs that aren't on your Spotify, how many songs would it be? Your mic
5?
did not pick that up.
They're
5?
not picking up. I don't know. 5.
5. Okay, so
6.
5. You have 5 songs that you've been playing for months. Just go record them. dog.
Years.
Years. He said-
Years?
He's serious. It's like a fucking auction over here. Months? No, years. No. Decades. Actually, I was playing some of those songs in 2015 with y'all, probably. At least one. Right.
Maybe. No.
Okay. All right.
Is it 2015? No, that was Surrounded, dude. That shit sucked.
It was the same songs up until a couple months ago.
Oh, was it?
I'm just playing, dog. All right. Well, guys, add me up on the Twitch, and I'm not gonna play scary games on there. It's so hard to play scary games with headphones on. 'Cause I always be thinking someone's behind me and shit.
That's the point.
I know.
Oh yeah,
dude.
you got to play scary games.
But do you play scary games?
Nah.
Nah, man. No. I don't.
But yeah,
fuck.
hey Adam, thanks for being on the show, dude.
Thanks for having
Yes,
me.
Yeah.
Thanks. You're an amazing human. I enjoy talking to you, Adam. It was wonderful to talk to you again.
Thanks. We need to come over around these parts, huh?
Yeah. I ask him all the
I
time,
told-
dude.
I was supposed to come down this weekend, but we can't find a babysitter for my daughter. We were
Yeah.
supposed to go to the Blood Brothers show. But I told Mike I would come down in a couple of weeks, probably after Christmas. I will be down there. I will make it a
Nice.
point to come down there. So, and I work
Sick.
from home, so I can come down whenever, and it's not an issue. So I will come down and I will hang out. I promise.
Sick.
Ike.
Sick. Thanks, dude. All it
Me and
takes
Rabbit
is-
will golf.
I'll take
yeah.
16 other people.
Yeah, all it takes is more important people to ask you to come down.
I told you 2 fucking days ago that I would come down in a couple weeks. There was nobody there.
It's boy.
He actually didn't say that 2 days ago. When
He was thinking-
when Lee was around, he said, "No, I'm not."
Oh yeah, I
coming
gotta
around."
I gotta shit on you. We got a dog pile on you whenever Lee's around, dude. Come on. I read
Man,
the room,
y'all a
dog.
bunch of dogs. Y'all a bunch of dog piles.
Arr, arr, arr.
All right, guys. Well, in 2 weeks we'll have another live show. Hopefully, everybody shows up, and we'll have another update on some Iwrestledabearonce reunion, and yeah, hopefully that brings people to the show again. Yeah, baby. Fucking subscribe. We'll talk shit about whatever you guys want. Leave it in the comments, whatever you want us to talk about. If you have some news or anything coming up, and tell us your favorite. All right, see ya. Gotta go. Later, nerds.
Later. I like the little fade out thing. You do a little pose.